Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see, most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes, that's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences, 23 and 1 out. Praying that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Going on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the swerve in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Sani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that God flow, this that shit that rappers die for. It's that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the swerve in my whole life. My whole life.
And I can't let no hoe to lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's that exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is it fact if revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jake. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell should've never kidnapped my family. I can't just do damage, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. 6 shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones. when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you won't never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Test it, 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. I can be heard. All right, Shalom, Israel. There's an Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Hanna. If it ain't of the Isupk, it's not the truth. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups, any Christian churches, Catholic churches, Islam mosques, or any other organization. If it ain't of the Isupk, we have no affiliation with them. With that being said, today is Friday at the Eve, which means we get into a Lashawan Qadash class, which is the Hebrew language class. I'm Officer 500 Zanyala. I'm your teacher every week. It's a pleasure to be here and to go ahead and go over some words with you and go over the alphabet with you and whatever else y'all want to learn, just put inside the chats or something, you know what I'm saying? But with everything going on, I don't want to go ahead and forget that all the brothers and sisters are down in Houston, Texas, enjoying themselves for the cookout over there in Houston, a whole weekend from Wednesday all the way to Sunday of brotherhood and sisterhood over there. So whoever went to the Houston cookout, I'm still here in Chicago putting the work in, but I'm glad y'all all went to Houston and showed up for the brothers and sisters, and I hope y'all have a great time. And I'll see y'all at the Passover. It's going to come around the corner real soon. It's also going to be in Houston, and that's where we all get together. Everybody from Puerto Rico, Mexico, the United Kingdom, all over, Brazil, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, everywhere. That's when we gather together in Houston. And we're going to have our Passover April 4th, I believe. I'm not 100%, so don't quote me on that. But as soon as we get to Houston, we can all drink up and have a good time over there in Houston for the Passover weekend. With that being said, also today is December 31st. You know it's an evil holiday. Some people out there who are adults, men, women, who are Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, you know, which are our people who are in the world and stuff, they really don't see a demonic spirit out there when it comes to these holidays. You're covering up for your own personal sin. That's all I can really say. You lying to yourself. Oh, it's not evil, this and that. Whatever's the explanation that you got in your body for today's type of day, man, you are brainwashed and you a sinful bastard and you're a sinful sister if it's a sister. The only way to go ahead and hold on to the Most High God is if you do what He says, and we got our high holy days, we got our feast days, and we enjoy those days. If He didn't put it in biblical scripture, if He didn't put it in our historical records in that Bible, we don't do it. We don't take on somebody else's historical accomplishments and everybody else's historical culture. You know what I'm saying? Today's a Celtic culture. It's like an Irish culture. It's a European culture. It's a white man culture. It has nothing to do with us. But like the simple people that we are in the world as Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you know, we just want monkey see, monkey do, which we ain't supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? But you know, our Christian leaders failed us. Our Christian our political leaders failed us. And, you know, obviously there's nobody to turn to with the right state of mind. The only way you get that right state of mind and you get the authority to go ahead and talk against things, which no other man out in the world really want to talk against things. They want to go with the crowd. We don't want to go with the crowd. We want to go with where the Lord sends us. And it's a very narrow line. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Anytime you want to go ahead and battle somebody, that's right here in the ISUK. We go against everything. People hate us for it. That's cool. You can hate us for it, but we're not lying to you. So that's all I got to say about that. So if you enjoying your Halloween and all that stuff, Lord be with you, because, you know, bad things happen on a day like today. And we were all in the world at one particular time. You know, we're grateful that we're out of it now. We're in the truth. But for brothers and sisters who are in the world right now, you know what I'm saying? Be safe out there, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully you go ahead and see this video right here or any of our other videos and you join the ISUBK and start living your life the right way. With that being said, this is the Lashawan Qadash class. I'm Officer 500 Zanyal. I probably said that already. When I go over the Hebrew class, it's to go ahead and prepare everybody for Sabbath service tomorrow. When we go over Sabbath service tomorrow, well, not even tomorrow, because at the eve on Friday to the eve on Saturday, that's a full day. The new day starts at the evening, which means is from today, as soon as the sun goes down, to tomorrow till the sun go down, it's your 7th day. Your 7th day ain't on a Sunday. Sunday's your first day, which means this. For the Sabbath day, which is today, I'm going to go ahead and go read the scripture. You know what I'm saying? There's Exodus 31:13. Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily, my Sabbaths ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am the Lord that doth has sanctified you. The Lord told us to keep the Sabbath day, which is, you know, Friday at the eve to Saturday, from Friday the eve to Saturday the eve. That's the seventh day. That's the day he wanted us to keep specifically for him holy, which means he's separate from everything else. Anything that's demonic out there, anything that's deterring you away from the scriptures for that day, you know, you really got to go ahead and be here and joining the Sabbath service instead of going to your pastor on Sunday or your Catholic priest on a Sunday. It's really on Friday the eve to Saturday eve. We have our Sabbath service tomorrow, 9 a.m. And that's when you really should be joining the proper day, the right way. And you go ahead and spend time, whether it's in class or you can watch online, but at least you're participating. With that being said, as sanctifying you means he's going to be with you for that time because you're doing it the right, proper way. He's sanctifying you for that day. Not that you're like these Christians say you're sanctified for life. He's sanctifying you for that day because you're doing him the solid thing of doing the right thing and the right way. Exodus 31:14, ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death. So back in the day when Old Testament first came out, if you didn't keep the Sabbath, which was the Friday to sundown to Saturday to sundown, if you didn't keep the Sabbath properly, you will be unalive. Today, under Christ, you're basically the walking dead. You don't get unalive by anybody, but you're walking around being a moron. You're not keeping the traditions properly. You're going what Christianity and Catholicism showed you, which was they do it on Sunday, which is the first day of the week. But we do things properly, the way the Lord said it, on the day that the Lord said it, and we go ahead and do it as best to our ability. That way, hopefully, he has some mercy on his hands for everything we did in the past. Everyone that defileth shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. Verse 15. 6 days may work be done. 6 days you could work. From Sunday all the way to Friday before the eve. As soon as the sun goes down, you ain't supposed to be doing no type of work. You're not supposed to be working for nobody else. But since we're not in authority right now, our slave masters have us going into work, which is a slavery. So that's why we call them slaveries. But if we own the business or the establishment, we are required to close all our doors and send our people home the right way before the sun goes down so they can enjoy time with their families, with their loved ones, and with the Lord, of course. That's how it's really done on the Sabbath day. All these fake Israelite groups, they got it wrong. And that's just me giving you a short spill on it. I hope everybody gets it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as great a talker as Captain of 13,000 Mile Quad or, Captain Cesariak or nothing like that. But, you know what I'm saying? They've been doing this for a long time, and I'm just trying to give you a short spill. Hopefully everybody gets it. Okay, I'm going to go through this again. Exodus 31:15. 6 days made work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest. Holy to the Lord, whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death. If you have a business and you're Israelite or Black, Hispanic, or Native American, you should not have nobody working from Friday at the eve. Before Friday at the eve, everybody should be going home, enjoying their time with the family, going to the park, doing, fixing cars, cutting grass, spending time, however you do it. But it's a time of rest for yourself. So the person who's in authority of a business or an establishment, if you're a Black, Hispanic, or Native American, you're supposed to give them the day off. With that being said, I was just trying to explain to you what the Sabbath day. So we got it tomorrow. Definitely tune in. Officer of 1000 Mayad and Officer of 1000 Mariah going to be here. And they definitely want you guys to tune in. Isupk Chicago. Sabbath service, 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and get you guys prepped with some alphabet and some words and stuff. Because, as you know, tomorrow we'll read in the Tanakh as well as in the Tanakh, which has the Hebrew and the English side by side, word for word. All right. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and go into the alphabet real quick. Everybody can see right here up top. Lashawan Qadash, right? You got it right here in the Hebrew. Whatever's written left to right here, in Hebrew is written right to left. You got La, you got Sha, Wan, Qadash. All right. And if you guys been tuning in every week like you should, we go over this all the time, the connectors and everything. If you haven't been tuning into class, definitely tune into the past classes, because then they'll give you a little overview or insight of what we do, how we do it, and how you can break this down a little bit more simple. But with that being said, our alphabet, this is the ancient Hebrew, this is the Syrian Hebrew, right? The ancient Hebrew is the first form of Hebrew that we were speaking and reading and writing at that time. Then in captivity, it turned into the Syrian Hebrew, a different type of form, but it was still our language because of captivities. It got changed up. This right here, in fact, let me get a bigger version so y'all can see. Because usually I can get the little one. Usually I'll get the little one. I want to show y'all the big one. This is the Hebrew. This is the Tanakh right here, right? Right there. Oh, where's the foot? All right. Hebrew and English, Tanakh, right? So what I want y'all to do is, if you could, go to any type of bookstore, go up to Amazon, grab your Tanakh. Because if you learn how to speak it in Hebrew, if you learn how to go ahead and read these scriptures in Hebrew, it brings the power and authority of the Most High back into play. With that being said, we'll go back to the alphabet. We got the ancient alphabet. So, like I said, ancient alphabet and the Syrian are both written from right to left. Starting right here. Before I go any further, like I say every week, don't worry about these yet. Don't worry about the top row. All right? I want you guys to worry about saying ah to tha in a completion perfectly. When you learn how to say these in a row perfect, then you move to the next step. So you do this first, learn these, and then you'll learn these. All right? So if you could work on that ah to tha, just the alphabet, and then you learn the Hebrew script of how to write it, the ancient Hebrew script of how to write it. So ah is a sideways A. You got ba, that looks like a triangle G. You got ga, looks like a sideways 7, like a slanted 7. You got da, that looks like a triangle. You got ha, that looks like a mirrored F with an extra line. Boom, boom, right? So it's not like a regular F. It's a mirrored F. It's a flipped F. with an extra line. So boom, boom, boom. Then you got Y that looks like a Y. You got Za looking like a Z. You got Ka, C-H-A-A, Ka, 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 C-H-A-A, Ka. Looks like a 3-step ladder. If anybody has a ladder in their house where they're trying to reach for something, if they got a rib or something like that, it's real short. You usually got a 2-step ladder, you got a 3-step ladder. Right here is a 3-step ladder. That's Ka. That's the best way I can form it to you because it looks like a ladder and it looks like a 3-step. Next one is Ta. Look like a circle with an X in the middle, or you could refer to like X-Men. You know what I'm saying? So Ta will be like a circle with an X in the middle. You got Ya. Looks like a slanted Z with a little strike in the middle right here, with a little line in the middle. Then you got Ka. Ka. Please don't get it confused with Ka. Ka is like Captain Katasa, and Ka is like Officer of 500 Kanunya from Milwaukee. Ka. So you got Ka, C-H-A-A, don't get it confused. Ka, K-A, which is a mirrored C, which is a flipped C with a V in the middle, right? And that's Ka. Then you have La. La looks like an L. Don't make it too pointy at the bottom right here. When you're making that turn, make it in a rhythm, all right? There's no point to it. Just boom, in a rhythm. Bow. Then you have Ma. What does Ma look like? Ma looks like a W at the top, going into a Y formation at the bottom, and that's Ma. You have Na. Now it looks like a V form at the top, going into a Y form at the bottom, and that's Na. Next you got Sa. Sa looks like a line going from top to bottom. A little bit from the top, you have a Z form, and a little bit below the Z form right there, you have a line from left to right directly underneath it, and that's Sa. Then you have I, which is like a circle, right? Then you got Pa. Looks similar to a J. Don't get it confused. It looks like a J, but do it exactly how it looks right here. There's a line from left to right at the top, and a little bit from the right side, you go in and you make a little J mark. And that's Pa. Next you got Taza. Taza. A line from top to bottom, a little bit from the top, you do a Z form. Boom, boom. That letter is Taza. Next is Qua. Qua. Q-A. Qua. A line from top to bottom. Let me put it like this. It looked like an umbrella, you know? Without you scribbling all in the middle, you know what I'm saying? And making it like real solid. So you got a line from top to bottom, and you got a little dome shape at the top. So it's like an umbrella. If you ever drew an umbrella and you wasn't perfect with it, you just try to draw one on some paper. Next one is Ra. Ra. Similar to a 4 or like a baseball pennant. And I say that every week. It looks like a baseball pennant because baseball pennant is usually like a triangle right here that says the team's name. And then this is like the little handle where it's like a stick that you could just wave around. So Ra is like a 4 or like a pennant. Sha is like a W. That's Sha. You got Tha that looks like an X on the left side right here at the lower left side. Raise it up a little bit. And then come up to the right side, all right? It's not a perfect X. You raise that left side up right here, and you go across. Let me see if anybody's tuning in. Yep. All right, so the next one we're going to go into is the Assyrian Hebrew. So the Assyrian Hebrew is what we read out of the Tanakh, the book I just showed you, the Tanakh. It gets a little more difficult because the script is a lot more funny looking, but it's ours. We just gotta learn it. So A looks like an N. Boom, boom. It looks like a capital N. Ba looks like a 7 with a base at the bottom. Ga, I always say it every week. It looks like a woman's high heel or something like that, like a woman's slipper, something like that. You got Da that looks like a 7. You got Ha that looks like a 7 right here. And on the left side, you got a little mark going from the middle down. And that's Ha. You got Wa that looks like a short stuck up 7. You got Za that looks like a short top T. You got ka that looks like a 7. And on the other side, you have a line going from top to bottom. It looks like that. Next is ta. Ta looks like a U. Boom. Ya looks like a comma that's in the air. This word gets a little fuzzy for everybody. All right. So when you get to ka, right? Ka. When you get to ka, it says use these letters if the letters above fall at the end of a word. So let me repeat again. Use these letters if letters above fall at end of word. That's 1, which is ka, ma, na, pa, and taza. It's just these 5 right here. If a word in the Tanakh ends with ka, it will look like this. If a word in the Tanakh ends with ma, it will look like this. If a word in the Tanakh ends with na, it will look like this. In the Tanakh, if a word ends with pa, it will look like this. If taza is at the end of a word in the Tanakh, it will look like that. All right, hope we got that squared off. Let's move forward. So ka. Ka looks like a mirrored C, like a flipped C, right? At the end of the word, it will look like a 7 with a skinny body, right? That's at the end of the word. If the very last letter is ka, it will look like this. A 7 with a skinny body. Then you got la, that looks like a question mark, right? Then you have ma, that looks like a cursive S. If you ever wrote in cursive, it looks like a cursive S with a little stripe right here at the top left-hand corner. All right? If ma is at the end of a word, it will look like a square with at the top left side, it'll run off a little bit. Got it? Be like a square, boop, and a little quick dish to the side. Then you have na. Na looks like a real short C. All right? So na looks like a real short C. But if na is at the end of a word, if it's the very last letter of the word in the Tanakh, it will look like this short, skinny 7 right here. Got it? Next, sa. If you see sa in the Tanakh, it will look like this. It will look like a circle with a runoff. So this is where you don't want to get confused. You see where I told you it looks like a square form right here and a runoff? And that's ma. And this is only put at the end of a word and the last letter of that word. All right? So if it's a word and it's the last letter, it's this one. If it's ma. But if it's sa at the end of a word and it looks like this, a circle type form, ain't running off, it looks similar. Remember, square form, ma, circle form, sa. All right? Hope we square that off. It's going to take some time for you to get used to it. The more you read the Tanakh, or the more you go over it. I looks like a regular Y. Look, it looks like a regular Y, right? But it dips far down. It dips real low. It comes right to the side. So boom, you come low with the left side, go down, and you come back around. Right there, that's the letter I. So you got pa next. Pa looks like an upside down G. If anybody sees a G, usually it's formed like this. It's upside down, bam. But if pa is the last letter of a word, it'll look like an upside down J. If pa is the last letter in the Tanakh, in a word, it'll look like that. That's pa. Then you have taza next. Taza, you go from left to the bottom portion right and back left real quick. So top left, all the way to the bottom, to the right, and then to the left again. And then you do a little wide stripe right there. And that's taza. That's in the beginning of the word. But if it's at the end of a word, the very last letter of a word, taza will look like this. It'll look like a Y that's mirrored. You got a line going top to bottom, and right here on the right side, you just go in. So it's just like a mirror Y. And that's only for these 5. At the end of the word, the very last letter, if it's a taza, pa, nama, or ka, these are the only ones it's used for. Ka, mana, pa, taza. 5. That's it. The very last letter of a word. There'll be these 5 for that letter. Next, you got kwa. Looks like a question mark. And on the left side, you leave a gap. And then you got a line going from top to bottom. So that's kwa. Then you have ra. Looks like a strong 7 form. That's ra. Next, you got sha. As you see up here, it's got like a perfect W form. Down here, it's going to look like a W again. It's just going to be a little bit more script type. A little bit more definition on it when you're writing it. Then you got tha. That's like a 7, right? And then on the left side, you got a line from top going down to the bottom, and a little kickstand right here, like the kickstand on a bike. Boom, just kick it out. And this right here is your alphabet. If you could, please take a picture of it and review it over and over and over again. Read it with your Tanakh. If you have your Tanakh right here, you should have your alphabet right here. Why are you going to do that? So that way when you read in the Tanakh, you can identify the letters because you have it right here. You read it Tanakh. Okay, so that's pa. Okay, and then all of a sudden you just start flowing through it. You just start moving with rhythm. But you got to go ahead and have this pictured on your phone. And then while you're reading the Tanakh that's in your hand, you could just cross-reference. Meaning this. Whatever I see here, if I don't understand what a letter is right here, I'm going to look at my alphabet. And I'm going to go ahead and understand it because it's right here. So do yourself a service, take a picture of this, and get yourself a Tanakh. That way you can cross-reference what you're reading according with the alphabet. All right? All right, let's get it. So that's the alphabet. I left it up there for a couple seconds so y'all can write it down. Let's go. Now we go ahead and get to the words. I know everybody probably see that. Everybody see this? You good, Victor? Chill out. All right. I try to make it as perfect as possible so everybody can see. I know there's a little glare up there, but everybody knows what we've been going over from last week is word with the letter A. And when I'm going over these words, don't think that I'm going ahead and just making it super simple. It's just we got to take these baby steps with each other so that way we can get better and better every week. All right. So the last week, the last couple words were arise. Arise in Hebrew is kwam. Hebrew, kwam. That's how you would write in Hebrew. Then you have ascend. And how you say ascend in Hebrew? Ilah. And this is how you write in Hebrew from right to left. Ilah. It takes time. Everybody get it. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys take a picture of this or write them down. And then I'll put a couple more. All right, let me see. I got red. I'm doing the same color. I'm gonna go ahead and erase these. Boom. All right, let's get it. You know what's crazy? Some people are out there saying Halloween is nothing. But when you put the spirit of Halloween on, you forget everything God ever put in place for you. You take on a whole other culture, a whole other tradition that is meaningless to the Most High God. And it's like you feel like it's nothing. If you're in the world, you feel like it's nothing. But here in the Isupk, we know what's right and what's wrong. So, just stand on your 10 toes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy to go against all these people who want to go ahead and celebrate Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Without the back history on it. If it ain't your culture, don't do it. Let somebody else have it. Buy your kids a whole bunch of candy and let them have, and reward your kids with some money for doing the right thing. Do something like that. For you guys not celebrating Halloween, I'm going to reward you. The reason I'm going to reward you because you guys did the right thing. You went against the grain. You did something that nobody else, you did something that nobody in your grade could do. That's an accomplishment. Why don't you do that for your kids? And the only reason people are celebrating Halloween today is because they got a sinful fetish for themselves. And they feel like they can go ahead and be as demonic as they can on a day like today. I remember being in the world. I know how it is. But the only reason they doing that is because if somebody else is sinning, they feel like their sin ain't too bad. Which both of you guys are pieces of garbage. You know what I'm saying? I can't say what I really want to say, but anybody who's selling Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, you a piece of trash to me, and I said it. All right, so we're going to go over a couple more words. Let me go ahead and put my... All right, let's get it. I know y'all having fun in Houston, too. I know y'all having fun in Houston. All right, the next word we're going to go into is we're going to go to authority. Authority, all right? Authority. I know it's a hard word for, hopefully the kids can follow along. Authority, all right? Authority. Authority. Anybody, you know what authority is? If you could describe what authority is.
Like a bad thing?
No, authority ain't a bad thing. I'll give you a definition, you know, so that way it could give you like an idea of what it is. All right. Okay, the definition of authority, so to define this word, the power or right to give orders. You're getting the authority. Like when I tell you gotta wash the dishes or throw out that garbage, I have the right to authority because I'm showing you the right thing. When I tell you,
Just like what the Bible says?
Yeah. But somebody has to be over you. And since I'm your parent, I have to show you the right way. While a lot of the parents out here are giving their kids the authority to sin without them even knowing that they're sinning. You get it? Mm-hmm. And that's a bad thing. Kind of like when I tell you about Easter, right? Mm-hmm. Easter, a bunny lays eggs. Rabbits don't lay eggs. It's a lie. It's all a gimmick. It's all an illusion. You're lying to your kids. The tooth fairy, you remember? Mm-hmm. The tooth fairy comes and gives you money? No. You remember how I used to tell you, like, hey, look, there's no tooth fairy, and I kept it 100 with you guys. And the reason I always kept it 100 with my kids, and that's why I'm trying to explain this right now, is because I don't want to be the first form of me lying to them. Because if I lie to them, they're not going to respect me in the future. So it's my obligation to go ahead and make sure I entreat them as young men and women who are going to grow up into stand-up, honorable men and women in the future. So I'm not going to go ahead and lie to them because they're going to feel like it's going to be okay to return that favor, and it's not. So at a young age, I told them what was the wrong thing. Maybe we all didn't know this, but when you come into the truth, now all of a sudden you could go ahead and put these good habits back into place the way the Lord wanted it to be done. We can still be strong men. We can still be honorable. You know, you sisters can still be honorable women. You know what I'm saying? But let's instill good values into our kids. Let's instill values in ourselves that we want a reflection out of our kids. That when they're walking around the street, at least they know better. You know, they're not easily manipulated or fools. So the definition of authority, so that way you know, the power or right to give orders. Like when you get older and you're running your own household, you'll have the authority to make the decisions in your own house. Get what I'm saying? All right, so The power or right to give orders, make decisions, and enforce obedience. That's authority. You know how sometimes I raise my voice when I really don't want to? But that's because I have to enforce you guys to do something. But I'd rather yell at you and you get it rather than me ever have to hit you. My first form is never hitting. You have to really mess up. Like I don't go there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a form of hitting. You know what I'm saying? But I will chastise with my mouth. You know, I need you guys to get this right. Authority. That's what we're working with right here. And authority in Hebrew, maranath. Maranath. Nath. All right. So now I gave you authority in English, and I gave you how we say authority in the Hebrew. Now, how would you write it in the ancient Hebrew with the connectors? We teach around here, man. We don't just come up here and just talk. We talk it, we live it. We get down and dirty over here. We handle this business. So, okay. So, obviously, you see ma, then you see ra, and then you see na, but you don't see no a right here. You know this is going to be connected. So, ma, ra, nath. So, how would you write it from right to left in Hebrew? I'll go ahead and do it off the top of my head just by using this. I'll have ma, right? Ma, a W on the top, going into a Y. Then you got ra. You got ra. Looks like a pennant, right? Ra. Then you got na. Na. The V form going into a Y. Boom, right? And then you have tha. Tha. Without the A, because obviously something's going to happen. So tha, you got that right here. Let me get it. Boom. 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 So you got ma, full form of the letter. Ra, full form of the letter. You got na and tha. It's connected because there's no A right here. Nath. So you got nath. Ma, ra, nath is authority in Hebrew. Y'all better stop partying in Houston and check out my class, man. I know y'all having fun over there in Houston. Y'all gonna check out my class. And then y'all gotta watch the Round Table of Truth. I believe Round Table of Truth is still happening today at 8 p.m. Definitely tune into the Round Table of Truth. I think it's gonna be on Isupk Chicago. Then I believe on YouTube we have the Black and Brown Network, the Round Table, Black and Brown Network. Subscribe to that channel. We trying to go ahead and get them followers like we once had. Then we got that. Something happened with that last channel. We got a new channel. It's the Black and Brown Network. Get on it. Subscribe to that channel. Check out the Round Table of Truth. They might have some special guests today. I don't know. Not in Houston. Wish I was. You know, I'm here. All right. So next one is avenge. You know what avenge is?
I have heard of it.
Yeah, you probably heard of it like from the Avengers or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you a definition of what avenge is, just so you know. And that's why we're here for, so we could understand what we're talking about. So avenge means inflict harm in return for an injury or wrong done to oneself or another. So if somebody go ahead and hurt you for no apparent reason, no, put it like this. Let me go like this. Say somebody hits Jeremy, right? Because Jeremy's younger than you, right? You're his older brother. You might go hit the other kid for hitting your brother. You avenged him. You got payback for him. You avenged the person who couldn't defend himself. So you went out and hit the person who was attacking a harmless person. So basically, it's somebody who defends the weak. You know what I'm saying? What I always teach you, right? We don't harm the weak. We don't hurt the weak. We protect the weak. Most High in Christ. And you can see, I'm saying this on camera. And you know me. One thing about me, when I'm at home, I'm the same way. When I'm in the school, I'm the same way. I don't change for nobody. Everybody in the Isupk, I understand what we do here. We don't change for real life or the camera. We're the same person all the time, 24/7. The only time we gotta put it in on pause a little bit is we're at the slaves. Because right there, that's where we're getting our monies at. But all day, we're still honorable men, even at the slaves. We just put what people need to know on pause for a moment until we get out the slave. Hey, you need to know something? Well, you can talk to me outside the slave, but you know, the slave might fire you for saying something. So be real, don't be careless. Be real wise when people at the slave are asking you something. Hey, what, you know, I heard you're Israelite, this and this and that. That brother might be trying to get you fired. Be cautious and beware of who you dealing with. Be like, yeah, if you want to hear something, hey, look, you know, after work, you know, I'll answer whatever questions you got. So, getting back to what we were talking about, because I can always get into something else, you know. So the word is avenge, all right? And that's what I like about my class, because I can always get into something else and talk and have fun. So avenge, naquam. Na-quam. All right? Avenge is naquam. Na-quam. By you just seeing this and you having your alphabet next to you, you're supposed to be able to break this down. And it won't be hard. You have na. You got na. Boom. A V going into a Y, right? Then you got qua. You got qua that looks like the umbrella, remember? Boom. Got the little umbrella thing. Boom. Right? So you got na, qua, and obviously you got the M right there, minus the A, but that's still ma. You bring that ma down. Boom, right? Na, complete form of the letter. You got qua, and then qua. Then you got ma, no A right here. You know it's connected. You connect it. Boom. Simple. Y'all better stop having fun in Houston. Check out my class, man. I'm going to go with a couple more. I don't want to go ahead and go too slow. Then you're like, y'all shorted me on my class. I want more. I know I be talking. It's just, I just love talking to y'all. That's why I like to be on camera. I just love talking to them. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Trying to get everybody in the nation on the same page. Oh, okay. So guess what? Now we're on the letter B. Now we're on the letter B. So boom, you'll take this A off. Excuse me, A. B coming through. Bam. B. Let's get it. So, shout out to Officer Mariah. He's going to be handling the Sabbath service in the morning. I believe it's at 9 a.m. Don't quote me on it. Go to Isupk Chicago for the Sabbath service. Tune in. The Lord requires that of you. That being said, B, the first word is backward. Everybody know what backward is, right? Backward. Like I'm doing right now, I'm going backward. Instead of going forward, I'm going backward. All right, it's ma pagar. Ma pagar. Ma pa gar. Bam. Ma pagar. Let me go ahead and help you guys out real quick. Ma pagar. All right, if you have your alphabet, you're supposed to easily break this down. Yeah, I know my braids look good, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know y'all looking at the fresh braids. I gotta go ahead and put it out there. All right, ma pagar. In Hebrew, you got ma, goes like this. Ma. W going into Y form, that's ma. Then you got pa. Pa looks like the J. Got the J, boom, you bring it over. That's pa, right? Then you got ga. Where's ga? Boom. Slanted 7, right? Then you got ra. Looks like a pennant or a 4, like I said. Ma, full form of the letter, boom. Pa, full form of the letter, boom. Ga, ra, no A right there for ra. You obviously know it's connected. Ma, pa, gar. Ma, pa, gar, which is backward. Oh, what else y'all want me to say? What y'all want me to say? This is an easy one. You could call this bad. B-A-D. Or in parentheses, everything that's bad usually is like evil. So you can say bad or evil. Alright? We're still on the B's, but bad, in parentheses, evil. Alright? How do you say this? Simple. How do you pronounce that? Right. 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 R-I. Right. Short and to the point. Bad in Hebrew is right. Because you can't say I because there's no A right there. So you got to say right. Because you got the R and you got the I. All right. How do you write right in Hebrew? You got the R, right? So obviously you know you got Ra. What does it look like? We used it up here. Ra, right? And then you have I. What does I look like? Circle, right? Boom. Circle. Connected. Boom. And you got Ra. Simple. Very nice, very nice. See? Real productive class. Real productive class. Okay, Officer Moraes, Ya'ala said we'll have a Sabbath service at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. tomorrow, we'll be having Sabbath service. Every Black, Hispanic, and Native American is required to watch or come into the school for a Sabbath service. That's non-negotiable. That's what the Lord required. That's your own personal obligation to the Lord. If you don't do it, you sinning. I told you. So if you don't do it, that sin is on you. Because I already told you. 10 a.m. Most High in Christ. The water, Officer Mariah. All right. Give a couple more. Hope everybody got those. See, we just going through it. It's quick and easy to learn if you're having fun with it. This is the thing that nobody really wants to learn. Nobody wants to put the work in. Kind of like nobody wants to go ahead and correct their rib. Oh, look, we ain't celebrating Christmas no more. You know how hard it is for a man in the world to say we ain't celebrating Christmas to his wife and his kids? That woman's going to hate you. That's going to be the biggest demon you're going to have to battle. Valentine's Day. We ain't celebrating Valentine's Day? Telling you. That's why a lot of these punks out here are saying like, oh, it's okay to celebrate Halloween and all that stuff. Because you a punk. You a chump. That's what it is. You don't know how to rise up against nobody. You can talk your words, but you can't back it up. Not even in your own household. With that being said, I was just putting that out there. We're going to get into a couple more words. Well, if you celebrating Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, you a sinful bastard. Whether you're a brother or a sister. I'm going to keep saying that. Be a man, damn it. All right, next word is bag. 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 Simple. It's what you put your groceries in, right? Put in a bag. Or you put your books in a bag. It's just a bag. How do you say bag in Hebrew? Yala Kwa Wat. It's a long word for this one. All right. Ya. La. Kwa. Wat. Ya la kwa. Ya la kwa wat. Woo! It's a little harder. So where you got ya, right? You got la, you got qua, wat. Alright? So first one you got is ya. Break it down. From right to left now. So you got ya. How does ya look? Boom. Of course. I just want to point at it for y'all. Then you got la. Of course, la looks like an L. Boom. Right? Then you got qua. Ah, man, I got to draw now. Qua. Qua. Then you got wa, right? Wa's a Y. Right? And then you got ta. Ta look like this. Circle with the X in the middle. Boom, boom, right? Now where the connectors go. You got the full form of ya, right? Without it being connected. Then you got la, full form with no connection. Boom. La. Then you got qua, full form, no connection. Boom. Ya, la, qua. Then you got wa. Then you got ta. No A right here. You know this is going to connect right here. Boom. Ya, la, qua. Ya, la, quat. Ya, la, qua, wat. Ya, la, qua, wat. Let's get it. This is the fun thing about learning Hebrew. You're learning something that's genuine, authentic, original, organic, how y'all want to put it sometimes. I just did that because y'all was doing that at the crib, you know? Jeremy did that this morning. 6, 7. Oh, man, y'all kids crack me up sometimes. All right, next one, since we're just messing around right here. Next one is battle. I'm just having fun with everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got to keep it a little interactive, joking a little bit. That's all. Damn, I've been writing my T's too close together. B-A-T-T-L-E, battle. You know what a battle is, right? Mm-hmm. How would you describe a battle if you're going to define it?
Like a fight.
Very good. Perfect. A sustained fight between large, organized armed forces. Okay? Fight or struggle tenaciously to achieve or resist something. To battle. All right? Next, keep going. Let's get it. So battle is quarab. Qua. Remember, everything is always, in Hebrew, everything is always written in capital letters, nothing lowercase. Quarab. Okay, so just by looking at it, you got qua. Qua is, damn, I gotta draw again. Boom. You got qua, right? Full form, right? Bam. Then you got ra, which is the pettit. Boom. And then you got ba. Ba looks like a triangle G. So you got qua, ra, right? So you got qua, full form. You got ra, ba, no A right here. You know these two are going to connect. Quarab, right there. Quarab. Most high Christ. I'm glad everybody tuned in. The water for having a good class. The water means thank you. Definitely tune into the Roundtable Truth today. It's going to be on 8 p.m. on Isupk Chicago. Also, subscribe to the Roundtable Truth Black and Brown Network on YouTube. Did I say it slow enough? I said it slow enough, right? Okay, so the Black and Brown Network on YouTube. We need them subscribers up like we had them. We had them at 10K. We had them at 10,000 almost. Now we need them. We need it back because we got shut down on the other one. We need this racking up again. With that being said, also tune in to ISBK Chicago Monday to Saturday. Monday you have Brotherhood class with Officer 5,000 Yard Down. Tuesday you have Biblical Law class with Officer 1,000 Aram. Wednesday we have Scripture Breakdown with Captain of 13,000 Captain Marquard. Thursday is usually a General Muhammad's class, or if he's not going live, we usually do a history class on Thursdays. Friday is my day, Officer 500 Azan Yala, teaching y'all the Lashawan Qadash or the Hebrew language. Next, Saturday, which is non-negotiable. If you are a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American, you are required to watch or come into the school for our Sabbath service that is tomorrow at 10 a.m. Required. No negotiation with that. The Lord ain't negotiating with you. Have to tune in. With that being said, also tune in to ISUK Gary, Indiana. Like, share, and subscribe. It could be Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitter, whatever it is. Go to all of them and support that truth over there too. Next, we have ISUPK Southern Illinois. Go to Facebook. Like, share, subscribe on Facebook. Like, share, subscribe to ISUPK Southern Illinois on YouTube. And ISUPK X. ISUPK Southern Illinois on X. Slocking. Slocking means excuse me. With that being said, I'm your teacher for today. With the cold brains, you know what I'm saying? Officer 500 Zanyala. I'll talk to y'all soon. Shalom.